Welcome to the channel 831 Avo. I apologize for the background noise. Someone decided to start up a pump, but it's now or never. Kind of wanted to bring you guys along. I'm selecting Budwood from my own gem avocado tree, and I'm gonna let you know what I'm looking for. I'm kind of need to clean it up. I'm continuing to open it outwards, so there's a couple strong limbs growing inwards, and I'm selecting 4 off the top that I'm for sure gonna use as budwood. I've been requested to graft top work some existing seedlings, 4 of them. I'd like to come in with 2 gem attempts per tree, so I'm looking for 8 solid pieces. So again, I'm good. I know that I'm good up top with like 4, and I'll show you. And then I'm hoping to use some of the skirting branches. I normally keep skirting branches, but once it starts to touch the floor, 1, the snails are going to easily crawl on, and then 2, fungus also gets on. For the branch that is laying and sitting on the floor, the wet mulch, it'll get dark spots and die off. So keep your limbs off the floor, okay? And here we go. Let me see what I can select. First, label and date. And disinfect. Okay, both all my tools have been disinfected. Let's come in here. So this limb, this axis that I'm giving the space, I've allowed it to take over this area. However, there's an overlapping one. There's this overlapping one. And take a look at the bud swell. This is pre-bud swell. Look how everything is deep green. Once it starts to push out that new red flush, you know that it's gone too far. So this is pre-bud burst. Look at the bud swell. Okay, so we're selecting this, and again, pencil thickness, yep, and on overlapping. So on overlapping, we're gonna assign this one. We're gonna assign, again, this is a nice thick limb, which we could graft, but this one's even a nicer one, and give the space to the limb that's stronger. So again, this one, a thinning cut. So a thinning cut at the base, at the collar. I like to come off like 1 or 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, to leave a little nub that then will later just fall off. So I see I opened it up, and this is budwood. So immediately start to defoliate it, okay? Because defoliate your budwood, because it's gonna dehydrate slower. It's gonna slow down the dehydration process. It'll preserve longer. So all branches at the stem, just bend it backwards till it snaps and pops. Yeah. Okay, this is the wood. All right. And then right here above the collar, because I know there's a lot of buds right there, you see? So I need to make a cutting point somewhere here It's gonna be, I'm gonna give the collar to the lower piece of budwood and then bag this up. All right. So now we bag up the budwood once again. Gem Avocado 9425. And we keep going. Place your bag in the shade so it's under the tree. Once again, continuing to opening it up, this one inward growth. Okay, so selecting budwood. Take a look, the buds are there. So these are already bursted a little bit. I'll probably peek these out, leave these out of the film, wrap the film around it. But yeah, pencil thickness, and then there's a lower one. So again, there's this collar of buds right here. You'll get a bunch of buds right there, mixed buds right here too, flower, bloom, and mixed. How much for the gem Scions? I'm not selling that. These are just fulfilling my own request graph. So I'm backed up on request. So these are just catching up on 4 trees that I know I'm good for right now. But eventually, I'm mothering them. I'm mothering like well over 23 of them. Eventually, I'll be having more gem budwood, and it is very important that we graft because we no longer, it's patent expired, so we no longer owe any royalties or licensing fees. So yeah, stay tuned. I will be sharing my budwood. I'm not gonna be stingy, but for now, I'm just grafting trees that I'll be able to take more budwood in the future, and so that's how we're gonna slowly be taking over. All right, what's this? This is taking budwood, selecting budwood. It's selecting budwood and that's simultaneously shaping my tree to continue to grow outwards. All right, this is a gem avocado tree, 30 year in ground. It held some fruit, but the critters quickly got to it. So I thought it was gonna be more of a slower process. I thought I was gonna base critters later down the line. No, immediately they started taking the fruit. So yeah, we're gonna do a better job defending for fruit. All right, continuing to opening up, inward vertical. Again, I'm going to open center outwards, and that's another juicy one right here. Nice and good thickness. It has the rigidness. All right, it'll hold moisture. It's not going to immediately dehydrate. All right, so that's another good one. Let's take that one. Brian Ennels put me on your list. Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm gonna have the Scion swap meets. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I'm gonna organize Scion swap meet. You guys get your guys' woods hardied and collections. Bring to share. Bring to share. So this is the space. This is a community. I'm 831 Avo. This is the 831 Avocado breeding project. So everyone, but neighboring 83 neighboring area codes for sure welcome. So and on this one, it's gonna be mainly these ones. These ones a little bit too far open, so I'll decapitate. Sometimes I leave these exposed and they continue to push, so I sometimes leave small leaves and their growth continues. One, two, three, four, 5 buds, more than enough. All right, bag this up. You're in Texas? Yeah, all right, for sure. I have a connection in Texas. I've already sold some trees to people in Texas, and the shipping went well. Dormant trees, and it was dormant Budwood, so super forgiving. But still, everything went well. But yeah, this right here on growing, intersecting branch, so favoring the stronger limbs. So this on intersecting, we're gonna get rid of it. But again, harvesting Budwood. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. In the Monrovia, Monrovia avocados, they have like a region of the United States of where avocados can grow, and the South is highlighted at parts of Texas and Louisiana. So if I were in Texas, I'd grow a gem avocado tree for sure, because it's going to be more compact, so it's going to be easier to cloth. All right, Travis Hernandez in Texas. Okay. Yeah. Start off with the cold hardy one, and then you could top work. You can graft on the more desired cultivars, the Hass-like ones. I'm with the Hass-like improvements. This gem specifically is 4 generations down from the original Hass. It's Hass's great granddaughter. It's Hass-like. However, the tree is upright, compact, more ideal for us backyard growers. But yeah, in California, gem is poised to replace Hass. You're still gonna have Hass, but gem is definitely gonna start coming in more. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Gem, G-E-M, like a precious stone, okay? Look out for the gem avocado tree. And I went down there. Here. And then now I just want to clean it up. Again, these ones, there's more to prevent fungus and the snails from crawling onto my tree. So I'm cleaning up the lower limbs. But if I can use it as budwood, I will. But again, not my focus, but so this piece came off. And let me continue. These are gonna be weaker pieces. But I need to clean them up. All right, so nothing touching. And then this one, This one I'm cutting, but I'm not using as Budwood just because I don't like that dark spot. And it's actually good. So we'll see. And then this right here on just overly skirting, I try to pick it up, but nah, let's just focus on growth vertically. And that's the look right there. All right, hold on. All right, so let's take a look. This is what we harvested for Budwood. That's the shape. That leading branch right there will get pinched. I'm gonna let it dominate a little bit more and then pinch. But again, I continue to open it up. There's a few shoots that are still growing inward, but they're young. So I'm gonna let them hardy a little bit and I'll take them for Budwood later. All right, so check it out. This is our Budwood. Let's start moving pretty fast. El Vegas. Ok, el Vegas está. Saludos al Vegas. Muy pronto lo tuyo, bro. Muy pronto intentar lo tuyo. Pero no hablemos mucho de eso, que del plato a la del plato a la sopa, a la boca. Que del plato a la boca se cae la sopa. Pero ya, muy pronto, bro. Again, this is taking more jam wood. On these ones, the upper ones are going to be pretty thin. I'm really hoping just to get some off this collar right here. This is thick, and then there's always tons of buds around these collars, and every limb will have a collar. Right here, powdery, discard that. That's been my question too. If you can use bud, I'm pretty sure you can, but in my point of view, you're probably like washing down the genetics. I feel like if you keep taking tree from just, I'd rather hold on. Like this one, I know it has held fruit. This one has held fruit multiple times, but again, this time around, the squirrels started to get to it as soon as they got well over the thickness of my thumb. So, and then so technically this one's held, and it has held multiple times. But yeah, ideally take one from one that has held crops, fully mature. But yeah, you could take one from one that's already flowering. But in my point of view, I would just reserve that for special occasions. In case you want to really preserve a tree, or I would just wait to mature your younger tree. I would just wait to mature it. But yeah, that's been my question too, and I've tried it. I've taken some budwood from trees that broke on delivery, some trees coming from the nursery. All right. All right, and it's taking way longer than I thought. I need to get going. 2:30. My daughter's down the street, but you get the idea. Right now, our temperature, we're always cool. 70. I need to check, but we're never hot. I never complain. It's never hot here. All right. This needs to be cut down, probably at the base. Peace.